Hello friends, welcome back to another gameplay of If Found. Let's jump right back into where we left off and see where the game takes us from there. 10:45 a.m., December 8th, coming and going. Jack jumped through the sitting room door. Wakey, wakey! Even his grin was loud and happy. Food's coming, lots of rashers. Rashers. Rasher is the common word for Irish bacon. It's leaner and meatier than American bacon because it comes from the loin of the pig. Colum was the next apparition at the door. His voice was much softer, encouraging me to get up while the food was hot. My eyelids still wanted to close. I didn't know how to say thanks, but I rolled onto the cold wooden floor and pulled myself up slowly. The kitchen smelled so good. Oh, that's neat. It was the guy with the guitar, Sean's. I didn't know if I had been dreaming. I complimented his playing without thinking. Oh, it's nothing really. Had I said something stupid? Oh no. I couldn't tell if he was shy or cocky. Welcome to our fabulous abode, Cassio. Sit thyself and prepare for a breakfast extravaganza. I think I outdid myself, as always. I was salivating at the sight of the fry-up. Fry-up. An Irish pudding, including sausages, rashers, black and white pudding, toast, sometimes eggs, sometimes mushrooms, sometimes fried tomatoes. Completely different and also not very different at all to an English or Scottish breakfast. That was the weirdest explanation I ever heard for anything. All seemed so comfortable in their own skin, so open with each other. We were still sitting at the table when the Angelus played over the radio. Angelus. The Angelus is a traditional Catholic prayer time where church bells are rung for a minute at 6 a.m., midday, and 6 p.m. In Ireland, the bells are played on national radio and television stations. And have a fit means get angry. It was noon. Oh my gosh! I must have needed a big sleep. Mom would have had a fit if I was still in bed at home. I wondered if I could go back. No. Or was there anywhere I could stay in Dublin? I don't know. Colum interrupted my thoughts. He calmed me down. You're not going nowhere, kiddo. He told me I'd have a home with them when I needed it. He's been through this himself before. even if that home is leaking and damp. It turned out the only suitable room for me left was their practice room. I felt guilty, but cared for. Whoa! Our first actual colorful illustration. Wow. Just like home. It's beautiful. And quiet. Watching the toy show with Colum was like being kids again. Toy Show. The Late Late Toy Show is an episode of the late night chat show, The Late 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 Show, that airs just before Christmas. Different children come on the show to play with and talk about popular toys and perform. Big kids looking out for each other and eating too many sweets. Kiss me, honey bun. Ah, he's attacking me. Oi, get a room. We're going. Come on, Mogra. Mogra, Irish for my love. One dialect would pronounce it as, Magra. Slan, losers. Oops, I forgot to get that definition. Awkward silence, 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 awkward silence. So, how did you three meet anyway? We all went on the trip to Trip to Tip, a nickname for the music festival Fiele, which took place in County Tipperary between 1990 and 1997. It was some crake. Oops. In the middle of a jam, Jack told me we were starting a band. I can believe it. I hope Jack knows I have the musical ability of a broken wheel. Haha, I'm glad to have you in the house anyway. How'd you even end up here? I knew this place as a scary ghost house when I was a kid. Colum suggested it. We were talking about putting together an EP, and we needed somewhere to practice. That's so cool. We've got an actual gig coming up soon. That'll be deadly. I wish we were a bit more focused on the music, though. Sometimes I think Colum and Jack just like having a place they can be together. Oh, I was a little surprised at breakfast that you were so comfortable around them. Ah, it doesn't bother me. Colum and Jack are good people. They're outsiders and I'm an outsider too. And it's legal now anyway, haha. About time. But it is kinda intense living on top of each other sometimes. So I'm really happy you're here. Now I can talk to someone when they're busy snogging. Hooray! You know, I think I did the leaving with your sister Asha. The leaving certificate is a university entrance exam in Ireland. It always happens over the first 2 or 3 weeks of June, and is commonly seen as a harbinger of good summer weather. Your family owns Neal's Chipper, right? Chippers are Ireland's traditional fast food. The most important item are chips, steak-cut fries, supplemented by things like battered sausages, fish, burgers, and onion rings. Even small towns would have 1 or 2. My dad runs it, yeah. We all get roped in to help. I remember when Asha moved into my class. I'd never heard a Manchester accent in real life. Well, she's back there now, with my mom's sister. She's studying medicine and everything, just like Mom. Cool. She was nice to me. I haven't talked to people from my class in ages. I left Atchel so quickly after school. Everybody leaves Atchel. I didn't think it would be so different when school ended. School. The Irish school system is a bit different to the US or UK. There are 2 levels of school, primary and secondary. Primary is from 5 to 12 and secondary from 13 to 18. Most schools are still connected to Catholic institutions, especially in areas like Atchel. Tell me about Dublin. There must be all kinds of things happening. Gigs, parties, party gigs. Probably. I don't do much in Dublin, or talk to anyone, but there's libraries. Mostly I read about physics and work and do computer stuff. My parents would love you. Well, I might be looking for new ones. Would they like another child? Uh-huh. Night, Cassio. Oichi Mahaith. The Irish for good night. One dialect would pronounce it as Ihawai. Almost like the word why. Ihwai. Whoa, I said that so wrong. December 9th. Oh, why is this game of all games getting kind of choppy? December 9th. Band practice. All day. I sat in the corner and listened. Jack, you're coming in too soon, he huffed until Colum kissed his cheek. By tea time they were playing in the dark. The house mishmash of wires couldn't handle their equipment and the lights. Mishmash. An expression that means disorganized mix of things. It's a compliment. Oh. I told them they sounded like Bon Jovi, but it didn't go down well. Jack shook his head sadly. It's a compliment. Not everything is perfect. The house is freezing, the immersion doesn't work, and I've learned a lot about different types of mold, but who cares? Jack, Colum, and Sean's are also nice. I'll figure my life out tomorrow, or the day after. And wash my one set of clothes. Why is it so choppy? 10th. A rare blue sky. I wanted to get out in the fresh air, and Shams joined me for company. Spotted Mrs. McGinty in a field halfway up the hill to the loft, her sheep running ahead of her. She whistled sharp. Oh, that's a sheep. I don't think she recognized me, but gave us a short, swift nod before she turned back up the hill, sheep in tow. We talked about Manchester and Dublin. He was very impressed with my astrophysics. There was an eviction notice from the guards when I got home. Don't worry, we get one every week. Pfft. And Garda Síochána, the Guardia, the Guards, the name for the Irish police force. "11th. Woke up and Colum was lighting a fire. I could feel the warmth return to my bones. I chopped peat briquettes into thin slivers before the rain came. We had to ration our fuel, but I just wanted the blaze going all day. Briquettes, a common form of veal in Ireland, made by compressing the peat from the bogs that cover a large part of the Irish Midlands. Sean's put on a tape as we hung up some Christmas lights. The four of us lay around the living room listening to The Cure. There's a strange sensation in my body somewhere. Has a weight dropped from my shoulders, or have I lost something important? I don't know. Sunday 12th. Sean's went home today, and I missed him. Colin brought the rest of us to his Auntie Maggie's. Colin stayed with her back when his parents kicked him out. She has a nice cottage overlooking Dugort Beach, half swallowed by fuchsia bushes and giant rhubarb. Dugort. This is another village on the north coast of Atchell. It's always been one of the tourist hubs on the island. Pronunciation, Doug, like the past tense of dig, or rhymes with hurt. Oh, I'm glad it's giving me these pronunciations, because my word. Dugort. Giant rhubarb. This is the common name of an invasive plant that grows all over Atchell. It's not actually rhubarb at all, but it looks similar, and it does get really big. Sorry, Auntie Maggie. She called us all wee lambs, made us cup after cup of tea, and insisted we stay for dinner. Chops and peas and coffee cake. The cake was unbearably dry, but I ate a big slice anyway. We left before it got too dark, and she gave us a huge shopping bag of food to take back. There were 4 selection boxes in there, too. Coffee cake. In Ireland, coffee cake is a coffee-flavored sponge with coffee buttercream. Selection boxes. These are a common Christmas present for children. It's a big box with around 6 chocolate bars in it. Wow, 6. That's more than 5. Things to remember about Colin. He likes junk food, goes weak at the knees for a pack of crisps, especially if they're salt and vinegar. Those are good chips. Colin O'Malley, age 24. Loves bass, walking bass lines, Jack, Auntie Maggie, Atchell. He'll take care of anyone and anything. That's how I met him, because he was feeding a stray cat near the school. My favorite thing about him? The way he awkwardly rubs the back of his head when he's nervous. Hates working in the Corrigans. News agent. Cities. The summer. For all his kindness, he has a wicked sense of gallows humor. His laugh is surprisingly loud, given how quiet he is. Colin doesn't do half measures. It's like the way he feels about Jack. He's always all or nothing. Colin is good to tell secrets to, but he's not great for giving advice. He's not that good at making decisions himself. December 13th. Starting to forget my routine before I moved to the big house. I woke up at 12 and I'm out of bed at 1-ish whenever the band starts. I wonder who lived here before. Some landlord. The nobility who owned the big houses would have also owned a lot of the land around them, which is rented out to Irish peasants. For example, Captain Boycott once lived on Atchell Island, before famously being boycotted on land he owned elsewhere in Mayo. At 3 there was a knock, and then a bang on the door. I saw him coming through the curtain, so I disappeared. Fergal on his little post bike with a letter from Mom. Jack was the one who opened the door, the one who handed me the envelope. I haven't left my room since. – 14th. I talked a lot with Sean's. He had a solution for everything. I have no things, so we're going to get my things. Tonight, the 2 of us will rob my house. Sister Bernadetta, Sisters of Mercy, Castle Street, Westport, Mayo. To the occupants, your tenancy of the dwelling at Crogcon House, Kiel West, Duog, Atchel, Co, Mayo is illegal, and an application for a court order of forcible removal has been submitted. If you do not leave before the December 14th of 1993, Angarda Siochana will be called in. You have the whole of 24 hours of the termination date to vacate and give up possession of the above dwelling. Any issue as to the validity of this notice or the right of the landlord to serve it must be referred to the Residential Tenancies Board. This notice is served on April 12th, 1993. Signed, Sister Bernadetta. Thank you. Already read that. Although I did skip the definitions. My dear son, I don't know how to explain what I'm not, I don't know how to explain that I'm not who she thinks or wants. I don't know where to start. Wait, is this a guy or a girl? Thought it was a girl. My dear son, I've been waiting for you to come home all week. What's happened all of a sudden? You're like a different person. Whatever it is, I know things will be right as rain soon. I want you to know I forgive you for the things you said. You were angry, and we all say things we don't mean when we're angry. Maybe you're afraid to come home because of that, and maybe you're afraid you've ruined things between us, but it isn't true. I'm still your mom. I'll always be here. I haven't touched any of your things. I did notice some things you might want to talk about. When you get back, we'll go through it all together, decide what to keep and what to throw away. She's trying, but she has all these ideas of how I should be. Missing you, your mom. She didn't even consider she might need to apologize to. Yep. First thing I noticed. Heist plan. Walk quietly to Duog via the Bog Road. Then open my bedroom windows using the janky hinge. Then pack up all my stuff. Don't wake Fergal, don't wake Mom. And 4. Figure out life with clean clothes. Alright. I cannot wait to see how this girl, or guy, goes from living in a soon-to-be-evicted house to hurtling through the edges of space. Friends, I think this is a good endpoint. We're getting ready to do a heist, so that'll be interesting. See how that goes. But, yeah, so far, I'm really confused. I'm not sure if the main character is a guy or a girl. I thought girl because of the long hair, but in the letter the mom said son. I don't know. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll figure it out together by the time we finish this gameplay. Hope you're all doing great, and have a great day. Bye. See you in the next video.